Have you ever found yourself all hopped up on energy drinks, binging John Wick movies while destroying a pineapple and ham pizza, ready to crush it on Call of Duty with the new 9mm Daemon? Well, my friends, then you're in luck, cause in this video we will unravel the Daemon's backstory, dissect its essential statistics, pit it against other pistols, and put together some builds that will overcome the Daemon's shortcomings, all while helping you terrorize unsuspecting bunny-hopping tryhards who got bored in Fortnite and thought coding was a good idea. But before we dive in, please hit the like button. It takes a lot of work to put these videos together, so seeing your support means a lot. And for those of you who are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe so you can get notified when I have some really cool stuff. So without further ado, let's get it! The 9mm Daemon is based on the iconic 1911 pistol. Steeped in rich military history, it spans 2 world wars. While the 1911 typically chambers in 45 ACP, the Call of Duty design team chose the 9mm variant, also known as the 2011. In case you were wondering, the Daemon's real-world counterpart is the Staccato P, a weapon very close to the Terran Viper from John Wick 4. The 2011, a 20th century evolution of the classic 1911, was meant to carry more ammunition with its double-stack magazine, have less recoil due to the 9mm chambering, and have increased accuracy, all of which are embodied in the Daemon pistol. Now let's take a look at some of the stats and compare them to the other pistols in the game. Wait, what is this? The P890 is claiming the statistical throne? How can this be? You said the Daemon was awesome. Well, at first glance, this would be the correct assessment, but there are a few stats that are not immediately apparent, so don't worry. One such stat is the Daemon's remarkable non-ADS movement speed across the board, a gift for aficionados of frenzied maps like Shipment. Another intriguing hidden factoid is the Daemon's surprising lack of recoil. And third, but certainly not least, is the weapon's next level hipfire precision. As you can see, it has all the makings of an incredible weapon. So where's the dark side you speak of? Well, you had to ask, didn't you? The one thing that makes the seemingly perfect Daemon fall short of its mark is the fact that it requires 3 shots to the torso or 2 to the head to dispatch an adversary, whereas the P890 merely necessitates 2 shots to the torso or 2 shots to the head. Clearly the TTK winner. So is everything lost then? Did I watch this whole dang video for nothing? Of course not. Well, maybe a little, but we'll fix it, really. One scenario the Daemon shines like a young god in is the hardcore mode, even without any attachments, although adding the biggest mag might make it a bit more fun. In case you've never played hardcore, you only have 30 health, enough for the Daemon to take an opponent down with only 1 shot, even at great distances. And that is really the only difference in hardcore. It's far more accessible than it sounds. Now you ask yourself, what if I don't want to play your stupid hardcore mode and just want to play the free Warzone, DMZ, or even multiplayer? The answer, my friend, is attachments. Yet before we jump into the stat improving attachments, I want you to look at the amazing design the COD team put into the cinematic weapon. It starts with the way your operator holds the pistol, ever so slightly tilted inward, and the amazing sound that emanates from its barrel. It's definitely a John Wick worthy pistol and looks cool while you dole out damage to your opponents. But enough drooling over the design, let's get into the build, because what good is a weapon if you can't slap on a bunch of attachments and expect amazing results? Well, the Daemon certainly doesn't disappoint. While the stock Daemon is a commendable choice, it requires a few things to get it over that awesomeness threshold. I will put 2 builds together for you. One great for that I just ran out of ammo scenario and still want to be able to shred at long ranges, and the other for rushing blindly into those tight spaces, raining down terror in CQB. But the initial question is, how do we improve that TTK? And the answer, my friend, lies in the trigger attachment. The Rapid 30 trigger is an amazing choice, offering us an incredible rate of fire and bringing it almost equal to that of the P890's TTK. Next, you may want to pair that fast fire rate with a bigger magazine, not too big mind you, as it would reduce mobility too much. Making up for that loss in movement speed and aim down sight speed, we will look at the barrels. Usually the grips help in this department, but for the Daemon, the barrel attachment is the best choice. Here I would go with the EXF Opal 9, as it really pumps up the movement speed and helps out with the ADS, which is one of the Daemon's little weak points. You could go with the FT competition barrel, which even offers a sight, but then you would take a huge knock on Hipfire and ADS, either of which are not good for a pistol that takes 3 shots to down someone. The next step before we do anything else is to find a way to reduce those areas in the mobility and handling section. And that can be accomplished with the grip attachment. There are many dope looking choices, as you can see, but statistically speaking, the Daemon hand grip is the best. Not only does it offer improved sprint to fire and aim down sight speed, but also has that infamous pistol fast draw feature, which will help you in a clutch. Yes, you do take a slight knock in recoil, but for the Daemon, that is negligible. You could do the SGT grip, but then you would lose your flinch resistance and accuracy, which would hurt your performance downrange. And last but not least, I would go for the X10 sidearm L400 laser, really stepping up your hipfire abilities, which is one of the major attractions of the Daemon. Yes, you could put that 1MW pistol laser, but it didn't really improve much at all. Rather distracted with those giant green laser beams jumping all around. And this, my friends, is the first build. Good, solid, with the most amazing hipfire ever witnessed on a Modern Warfare 2 single-shot pistol. As for the second build, get ready to rumble! Because the magic word is a Kimbo! A word that strikes terror into the hearts and souls of even the most battle-hardened operators. Rightly so. Wielded correctly, it can be devastating. Although the Kimbo grip will make you take a hit on distance and a bit on movement speed, its benefits far outweigh the negatives. Being a Kimbo, it is a hipfire-only pistol option, in which ADS becomes a non-issue, making your readiness instant. And as the Daemon is no slouch in the hipfire department, it is the perfect marriage, much like the Montagues and the Capulets. You do, however, lose hipfire accuracy, which makes itself felt the most at distance, but is still amazing at medium to short pistol ranges. And the final benefit, which makes this attachment mad powerful, is the fire rate, which turns it into a TTK monster, at least in the pistol category. In my attempt to up the Daemon Akimbo combo, I tested additional barrel and even muzzle attachments to mitigate the hipfire recoil issues, and only found the FT Steel Fire silencer attachment to make a slight noticeable improvement in the bullet spread, cause every little extra helps. Am I right? So in conclusion, after extensive testing and comparison with other pistols, the Daemon emerges as a top performer. While it's not a landslide victory, it offers distinct advantages that can often be the deciding factor between winning a firefight or watching the kill cam while you take another sip from your Dr. Pepper. It's clear that the exceptional hipfire accuracy and excellent recoil make the Daemon your best choice for akimbo, especially if you want to hit targets effectively at more than just an arm's length. The biggest surprise, or rather disappointment, was the P890. I thought for sure it would in the very least tie the Daemon, if not perhaps even dethrone it when it comes to Kimbo mode. Its hipfire spread numbers looked very promising, however, the crazy recoil just made it nearly impossible to hit a dang thing. So when it comes to the P890, just stick with the good old non-akimbo grips. On the other hand, X12 really pleasantly surprised me, and came very close to the Daemon and the Kimbo capabilities. Really both would be great. Although the X12 misses the mark by a hair, it does however have one advantage, the giant mag, which may or may not make the difference between your opponent catching you with your pants down in a reload cycle or loudly exclaiming expletives because you have a seemingly endless supply of bullets. The choice is really yours. Lastly, I must mention the GS Magma, a personal favorite of mine for those last stand scenarios. While it may not match the Kimbo capabilities of the others, when equipped with the right attachment, it becomes a hard-hitting single pistol choice. In the end, you can't go wrong with any of the just mentioned pistols. It really just comes down to your personal playstyle or the mood you happen to be in that given day. All I have to say is, my hats off to the design team for conjuring this remarkable creation. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments as you give this Daemon build a try. If you enjoyed this content, please consider showing your support with a simple like. And if you haven't already, think about subscribing. In a world full of Karens, let's not forget to be considerate toward one another. Until next time, remember, I'm your Huckleberry.